Hello students, today I welcome you all on behalf of Rasa International School. Today we will study Mathematics class 9th, chapter number 3, Coordinate Geometry. Coordinate geometry is basically when we are dealing about the position or the location of various objects on a single line or on a plane. So when we discuss about coordinate geometry, we discuss it with the help of a line which has different values on it to indicate the position or the location of an object, or two lines which are perpendicular to each other, okay, named as x-axis and y-axis, to locate the position of an object on a plane. So let's start how it is being done. Okay, so here you can have a street, okay, a road which is running from east to west, okay, and it is having streets with numbering west to east. Street number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. So you are able to see the different streets over here which have been named 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now suppose your friend is living on one of them. One of your friend is living on these street. The house is not known to us, okay. The street number is being provided to us. Suppose your friend is living on the street number 5. House number is not provided to you. Can you locate the house of your friend? Let's see. So starting from the west, you reach to street number 5. Now on reaching street number 5, which house number we don't know, so we are not able to locate the house of the friend. Now what thing is being needed? Along with the street number, we need the house number. So along with the number of the street, we need the house number to locate the position of your friend. So suppose he is living on street number 5 and the house number is 3. So we are able to reach to the house of our friend. Similarly, whenever we have to locate the house of any person, like in this case we have to locate the house of person P. So P position can be located easily. We have to first go to street number 7 and the house number 4. To locate H, we go to street number, let us change the color so we are able to understand more easily. We have to go to the street number 2 and the house number is 5, so we reach to the point H. So in this way we need some values to locate the position of an particular object, house, okay. So let's see how it is being done with coordinates. Now suppose you have a point on a paper. So we have a sheet of paper on which we have a dot on it. Now to locate this dot precisely, means accurately, or to give the information to any person where that dot is being on the paper, what we need, someone will say that it is on the what, it is on the upper half of the paper. So if the paper has been divided into two halves, so it is on the upper half, okay. So it is on the upper half, but is this information is okay, or it is near to the edge of the paper? Now which edge? Left edge, right edge? So it is very difficult to locate it actually. So what we have to do, so we need different information apart from this upper half or lower half, or to the near to the edge or away from the edge. What we need other information. So do any of these statement fix the position of the dot precisely? No. So the dot is nearly 5 centimeter from the left edge of the paper. So now it is been given that it is 5 centimeter away from the left of the paper. Now but that 5 centimeter can be over here, can be over here, can be over here, can be anywhere. But because of some idea, we are able to fix it, okay, because of some idea we are not able still to fix it. So we need little bit more information. That information is that it is 9 centimeter away from the bottom line. So it has been now making it fixed that it is 9 centimeter away from the bottom line in the upward direction and 5 meter from the left edge. So we are able to fix that point. So okay, so now we now know exactly where the dot is. So in this way we are able to fix the dot. So these are being known as coordinates. Now how it is being known as coordinates, how we can describe those points, so let us check with the help of the axis. So here what you have to do is, in your class we are making a sitting plan, okay, so we are doing an activity of making a sitting plan. Draw a plan of sitting in your classroom, pushing all the desks together, represent each desk a square. In each square, write the name of the student occupying the desk. Okay, so we are representing each desk as a square, and each desk which is the person is sitting, we are writing the name over there. Okay, the column and the rows. So we taking two things, the column and the row. Okay, so how we are fixing the position? If you are sitting on the desk, lying 5 in the fifth column and third row, fifth column and third row. So your position is written as 5 comma 3. This is very important. Let us check how it is being done. So let us check with the help of the sitting plan. So they are said that 5 comma 3. First they have written the column, then they have written the rows. So let us see where the column 5 is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So here is column 5. So I mark column 5 entirely. Is this okay? So this is your column 5. Now I'm moving to row 3. So here we have the rows. So 1, 2, 3. So this is your row number 3. So where they come in contact with each other? This text. So that the blue portion is this exact location, that is 5 comma 3, which is the coordinate of this box or this table, which is being classified with the help of two x's. One is the row 1 and the other one is the column 1. Okay, so why 5 is written first and 3 is written afterward, that we will discuss on the basis of x's. We write on the basis of x comma y. So we take two x's and the value of x will come first. The value of x will come first. So let's just take this with the help of coordinate geometry and understand what is actually going on. So in this discussion above, okay, you observe that the position of any object lying in a plane can be represented with the help of two perpendicular lines. One is this one and the other one is this one. So they are two perpendicular lines, they have the 90-degree angle between them. Okay, in the case of dot, we require distance of the dot from the bottom line, distance of the dot from the bottom line, and okay, bottom line, as well as from the left edge of the paper, as well as from the left edge of the paper. So we are able to locate this point in the case of a dot. In the case of sitting plan, we require number of column and the number of row. Number of column, which column and the which row. Okay, so if it is 5 comma 3, fifth column, third row. Okay, this simple idea has far reaching consequences and given rise to a representation or a branch of mathematics known as coordinate geometry. Okay, so known as coordinate geometry. So this is the important thing. Okay, so here we start with, so we have understood now how coordinate geometry means coordinate of a particular thing or position or location, locating an object in a plane with the help of two axes or two lines which are perpendicular to each other. Let's move on. This is also known as Cartesian system. Okay, So as in first chapter we have studied number line, as shown over here also. This is our number line. Okay, and in number line we have different marks. Starting from the origin, on the right side it is positive, on the left side it is negative, and there are markings which have been equal distance apart from each other. So it is 0 on the right side, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 till infinity, and on the left side -1 -2 -3 -4, and the distance between them is 1 unit distance, means every point is being separated by each other with a fixed value which is equal. Okay, so on the positive side it is r, that is from the origin on the right side, and on the left side of the origin it is negative r. Okay, so location of different numbers on the number line are shown over here. Clear? Now here the person is further tried to have these such lines which has been horizontal and vertical lines. He tried to put them perpendicular to each other. Let's see. He tried to put them perpendicular to each other. One is the horizontal line, the other one is the perpendicular line. Okay, so let's see what conclusion he come to. So we have one the horizontal line, that line is known as x-axis, and one is the vertical line, that line is known as y-axis. Both have origins. On the right side it is positive, on the left side it is negative, and in this case on the upper side it is positive and on the lower side it is negative. So now they have been placed perpendicular to each other, with the point of intersection of these two lines where they have been perpendicular to each other is the origin, as you can see over here. So they have been placed perpendicular to each other where they have been in contact as the origin. So the combine both the lines in such a way that the two lines cross each other at their zeros or the origins. The horizontal line x x dash, okay, or you can say x dash x, over it here it is written, and is called the x-axis, is known as the x-axis, which is having the positive x-axis part as well as the negative x-axis part, whereas the vertical line is known as y dash y. It is having the it is known as y-axis and positive y-axis and negative y-axis. Okay, so since the positive numbers lies on the direction of ox, this is your ox, okay, and this is ox dash for the negative, oy for the positive, oy dash is for the negative direction. Okay, now when these two lines cross each other they divide the plane into four quadrants. Okay, so we observe that the axis, okay, divides the plane into four parts. Okay, one, two, three, four parts. This part, okay, and how many parts? Four part. These four parts are being called as quadrants. Okay, that is 1/4 part of the plane. Each quadrant consists of 1/4 part of the plane, numbered from 1 2 3 4. 1 2 3 4. Quadrant 1, quadrant 2, quadrant 3, quadrant 4. Now these quadrants, one of the most important three, 1 2 3 4, but in the anti-clockwise direction from the ox. So ox we have over here. From here we have to take the anti-clockwise direction, and in this anti-clockwise direction the first quadrant is this one, second, third, fourth. Clear? So we call the plane the Cartesian plane or the coordinate plane or the xy plane. They are the same thing. The axes are called coordinate axis. So xy axis are called the coordinate axis, or you can call it xy plane, coordinate plane, or Cartesian plane. Okay, Now the most important thing now described over here, how to locate the different points over here. Okay, so you have the x-axis, you have the y-axis, okay, you have the origin. Okay, now the perpendicular distance of point P, you are able to see the point P, the perpendicular distance of the point P from the y-axis. Okay, so y-axis over here, this is your y-axis. From here, the perpendicular distance from of the point P is over here, this is perpendicular over here, okay, is measured along the positive direction of x-axis, is measured along the positive direction of x-axis. This is the positive direction of x-axis. And how many units? Pn, Pn. Okay, let me clear all the things. So you are able to see the Pn. I am marking Pn now. This is Pn. Pn is or you can say Om. How many units? 4 units. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Clear? Similarly, the perpendicular distance of the point P from the x-axis, from the x-axis over here, okay, is measured along the y-axis. 1, 2, 3. So it is 3 unit. Pm or On. Pm or On is 3 units. Okay. So you can say that the P is having a coordinate of 4 comma 3. As you can see, on x-axis it is 4 and on y-axis it is 3. So 4 comma 3. I told you that x is written first and y written afterwards. So this is the coordinate of point P. Similarly, you can find the coordinate of Q. On x-axis you can find it is -6, and for on y-axis you can find it is minus of 2. Minus of 2. So you can write minus of 2. Okay, so this is the coordinate of point Q. Okay, now similarly you can find the coordinate of N and coordinate of S. So you can see that the N is written over here. So on x-axis it is 0, as you can see, and on y-axis it is 3. Similarly, okay, S on x-axis 0, on y-axis minus of 2. Always remember that on x-axis y is 0, coordinates of y is 0, and on y-axis the coordinate of x 0. So these 2 points N and S are lying on y-axis. That is why the x value is 0 in both the cases. Okay, now we come to discuss about abscissa and ordinate. So they are the important things and they are very easy to understand if we are having the basic concept, that is the perpendicular distance from the y-axis to the point and the perpendicular distance from the x-axis to the point. Okay, so x coordinate of a point is the perpendicular distance from the y-axis, measured along the x-axis, is known as abscissa. So let us see what it actually means. And the y coordinate of a point is the perpendicular distance from the x-axis. So let's see, it will be more clear when we are able to see the graph. So let's see the graph. You can write the coordinate of P as 4 comma 3. So I can say that the perpendicular distance from the y-axis to the point P is how much? 4. And this is your abscissa, and this is your abscissa, whereas the perpendicular distance of point P from the x-axis is 3. This is your ordinate, this is your ordinate. Okay, so I'm explaining it again. Okay, abscissa and ordinate. Okay, so let's take with an example and we are able to understand it more clearly. So we take example number 1. What they are saying in figure 3.11, find the, in the first case, find what, the abscissa and the ordinate of point B. Abscissa and ordinate of point B. Let us check the abscissa and ordinate of point B. Okay, so B you can see. So first of all we write the coordinates of B. Okay, so what is the value on x? 4. And what is the value on y axis? 3. I told you the perpendicular distance from the y, the perpendicular distance from the y along the x-axis is how much over here? 4. So this is 4 is your abscissa, and the perpendicular distance of point B from the x-axis, that is 3, is your ordinate. So let's see it is written or not. Okay, so we will see that it is written over here now. So we see that the coordinate of B are, the coordinate of B are 4 comma 3. Okay, 4 comma 3. So we will write over here first 4 comma 3. So the abscissa is 4 and the ordinate is 3, and the ordinate is 3. In the similar way we have to do the other. Okay, so we can, you can have the coordinates of M, L and S. So let us find M and S, M, L and S. Okay, so M is -3 and 4. L is -5 and -4. And S is 3 and -4. And B we have already done 4 and 3. So in this way you can say the abscissas are, this is the abscissa, this is the abscissa, this is the abscissa, and this is the abscissa. And the ordinates are, this is the ordinate of B, this is the ordinate of S, this is the ordinate of L, and this is the ordinate of M. Okay, and this completely known as coordinate. Okay, this completely known as the coordinate. Thank you, and be safe at home. Admissions are open in Rasa International School for class playgroup to 9th. You can contact on mentioned number on your screen. Thank you.